Buchan Great General Xianhua Yun he pacified the chaotic political situation through martial arts. Enthroned Wai Yurim as the emperor he and appointed the 6 loyal retainers who had shared life and death with him as kings to assist Wai Yurim. Nightsub.net Of Nene Nightsub.net or Araskans.com R of 6 kings. You bastards betrayed me. You must leave now, great general. Have you forgotten me, Sword King? I'm Xianhua Yun. Nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. What can you do in that state? Hi the end, great general. Nothing will change even if I do this. Nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. Such power with that body. One can't leave you traitors and go like this. One will face you with the determination to die together. I will show you. The Avatar descent dance of the Xianhua Yun. Of the Avatar. Such a martial art from that body. Sword King, is it possible to kill the great general? Araskans.com. Stop talking nonsense now and prepare to fight. To intimidate masters of the transcendent realm with that body. Indeed, great general, worthy of being called the god of war. Ono nightsup.net. One said that, but my body won't last long. At most, half an hour. Can one deal with 6 masters of the transcendent realm w/thin halfen? Stop with the useless thoughts and focus. I'll take at least one of them w/th me to the afterlife. Come on. I'll take you all on. If you were here at a time like this, 1T would have been a great help. Where are you? You. MRO7. After what your body's been through, TO show such might even with your legs severed. This voice. NNO way. As expected, brother, you are someone who cannot be left alive. You, Rim. The ruler of this world is none other than Emperor. The ruler of this world is none other than Emperor Yurim. But there was a god above the Emperor. The god of war, SONHWA noon with today, the history of the god of war ends. Now one have finally become the true Emperor. Nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. You, cough. How? You seem to be in pain. Let me make it easier for you. My brother, who is also the god of war Buchan Great General Xianhua Yun. My brother's corpse. The enemy. How unfair. Nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. Not Onlil betrayed by a comrade who one entrusted my back to. Why Yurim, your w/th them. Even at this moment, I can't believe it. You. Rim. You. Rim. Waha. What is this place? 090 dark. Hot. Could it be purgatory? Hate Nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. This is water. WH1LSICH1Nightsup.net or Araskans.com. No way. Is this child me? One can't do this anymore. 2. Someone is outside. We're just doing as we're told. Gel even so. TO put such young children in alive and boil them. Nightsup.net or Araskans.com. Ugh. Lord of the Palace is truly heartless. Otherwise, how could he think of using SVC1IHSNMOSIH medicine? HHE00. 70? Ugh. It'll be hard to GE7 out of here with this kid's body. A hole in the ceiling in this structure, 1TS like a giant pot. And this heat? A child being boiled alive. 1TS me, right? I'm inside. Chonghua? Knightsup.net or araskins.com TL/N, white porcelain vase with blue patterns. Ugh. The CHEONGHWA is rising, so the heat is intense. That's right, it's powerful enough to melt bones. 1-to-1 can't even breathe anymore. Javier at this rate, before I burn to death, my M/ND will. Hua Yun AH. Hua Yun AH. Cian Hua Yun. This voice. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Teacher. How you get here? The flames are where the Anator is born. This place made of flames is the Avatar's JF9 VLS. This place made of flames is the Avatars. What are you Ionic Knightsup.net or araskins.com? Dance. That's right. I still don't know exactly why I'm in this boy's body. But one thing is certain. One can't die like this. NIGHTSUP.net scans.com, leaving behind those who betrayed me. As expected, in a crisis, the only thing to trust is hope. This is what the teacher left behind. 7. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. What a terrible thing to do, seriously. NIGHTSUP.net NS.com. To NIGHTSUP.net. F. Chonghua. HOY, look over there. HOY, look over there. Ah, it's the court physician. He has been taking care of the young master as his personal doctor for 15 years. I'm sure he treats him like his own child. TSK, that's exactly what I think too. NIGHTSUP.net scans.com. To even use Chonghua. That's just too cruel. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Whoa. WH, what is that? NIGHTSUP.net cans.com. NIGHTSUP.net ans.com. 9. 9. Of 0. This is Knightsup.net. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Yes, that's IT. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Let me join IOL and I. Knightsup.ne. Knightsup.net. Whoa. WH, what is that? I've never seen anything like this before. Knightsup.net, you've worked here for 15 years and have never seen something like ISIL. Who would believe it even if S10E3NO3WESEW3H1? Who would believe it even if S10L3NO3WES them? This looks like NIGHTSUP.net or araskins.c. This is DHE Knightsup.net. The Solar Celestial Path. Get back. ARG. NIGHTSUP.net s.com. ARG. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Viwi NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Young Master. From the depths of hell. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Havi. AURORISCANS.com.knightsup.net. VE. Young Master. NIGHTSUP.net ANS.com. Knightsup.net. Incredible. He only lost consciousness due to dehydration and exhaustion. He only has a few minor injuries. It's hard to believe Chong HWA survived even after being inside the burning solar celestial path. Unbelievable. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Court Physician. The Palace Lord is urgently looking for you. The Palace Lord. Understood. I'm coming. Nightsub.net. Nightsub.net. nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. e9a nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. Ga nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. Arg. Blame your filthy mother for this. All things follow the law of the sun. 66M. Phew. I'm relieved they allowed me to treat him for now, but I still can't figure out the Palace Lord's intentions. Ha! Aurorascans.com. Young Master. Young Master. This is IINOSIOD. ZOKS1 that what this is? It seems the young master is quite disliked. Still, there's no poison can possibly defeat the solar core. I'll need to grind some medicinal paste. Just a moment. Aurorascans.com. Why, young master? You've been awake this whole I couldn't even sense your presence. Impressive. Nightsub.net. I ask the questions. You answer. Impressive. Were you always like this? Or did the solar core change you? Ask anything. I'll answer all your questions. Strange. He looks almost pleased. W/th this S/tu80/on. This man is willing to answer all my questions without any resistance. 1ts as if he's been wa/ting for this moment. This is the Solar Palace, one of the 3 divisions of the Heavenly Demon sect. I appear to be the 4th young master of the Solar Palace, and I'm 15 years old. The Solar Palace Lord tried to boil his own son alive to create an L/X/R known as the Solar L/XIR. He's clearly not in his right mind. And considering the assassins that came after me, my father isn't the only one who wants me dead. But thanks to that, I obtained the solar core. The L/Quid in that giant cauldron was the base for the solar L/XIR, and it seems it implanted the solar core within me. According to MAUI, no poison can harm the solar core. I feel a slow, steady heartbeat. Yet it's vast and burning. As if the sun itself has been embedded into my chest. I've returned from hell with something incredible. But most important of all, it's now the 22nd year of Jianshan. I died in the 7th year. Which means the 7 calamities should still be alive. My blood boils for vengeance, but for now, I'm just a 15-year-old boy. I need allies. I don't yet know if this man is a friend or foe. I thought you better. Have you decided whether I'm an ally or an enemy? Impressive, 4th young master. auroriascanis.com killing intent. But nightsub.net. What if you've made the wrong call? I.e., he's not dodging. Does he think I won't strike? Correct. I figured you had something you wanted from me. Nightsub.net or aurorascans.com. Ha. Ahahaha. Excellent. Very good. From now on, you'll call me master. I'll teach you martial arts that harness the true power of the solar core. We'll start with the strongest technique in the Heavenly Demon sect. Sangsabak. Sect. Sangsabak. Sangsabak? Isn't that the legendary demonic art created by the sect's founder? Is he saying he has mastered it? He doesn't look 1T at all. That look, you're thinking I don't seem fit to wield the strongest technique, right? In our Sengsahan lineage, martial arts are passed down from a teacher to a trainee. S1 Noisiu AWTO find a worthy disciple. I became a physician so I could save my disciples during their training. Just how grueling is this training? How many people have actually mastered Sangsabak? As of now, no one. 0 i.e. knightsup.net or araskans.com. Their bodies couldn't withstand it. Only the sect leader bore the solar star essence, allowing him to handle Sangsabak's power. But you have the solar core, and you're still young. Once you reach adulthood, your body will be virtually reborn. That means you'll be able to withstand even the chaos of Mushingdan. Interesting. I just got back from hell. And now I get the chance to learn a legendary martial art? I'll master it, then. I'll show those filthy Tours the combined might of Washindarama and Sangsabak. Say 3 NSSIA 1 N03 US. You're the fourth young master and I've got 3 brothers Sendinj assassins after me. That's right. Everyone wants a piece of you, except this medical hall. Shoo. F. Looks like I arrived just in time. I finally get to see my little brother awake. Ha-Jie Chanwo, first young master of the Solar Palace. You could have at least let us know you were coming, first young master. I came in a rush. I had to see the one causing all the commotion in the palace. Brother, why are you looking at me like I'm a stranger? It's me. Your brother, Yi Chanwo. He's smiling with his mouth, but not with his eyes. What a nasty bastard. So, this is my older brother, huh? One, nod, I know you. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Oh dear, MAUI. Has he lost his memory? He seriously doesn't recognize his own brother? On this is the first time the two of you have met, as far as I know. Ha ha. Seems I was mistaken. Then again, who would pay attention to a worm crawling in the palace dirt? Birds soaring high, worms on the ground are invisible. What a brat. He's picking a verbal fight like a back alley thug. In my past life, I was the martial god of speech. Trying to outtalk me? Good luck. If anyone deserves to be called a worm, it's you, brother, isn't it? Strange how that thought suddenly popped into my head. With that worm-like memory, how fitting is it for you to be first young master of the Solar Palace? Knightsub.net or araskans.com. What? You're just a child born of a lowly woman who was nameless and insignificant. Is it any wonder your brother's memory? Damn you, little brother. MW name is Hua Yun. That name. NIGHTSUP.net or .askins.com. 2A4AZ, #9. Yet NIGHTSUP.net or araskins. Ha ha ha. The name of the Northern Heavenly General. For a name passed down by your lowly mother, it's rather grand. NIGHTSUP.net. Well, I don't have a lowly mother. But I do have an older brother with a rag in his mouth. You little master SA is still a patient. NIGHTSUP.net or ariascanes.com. He'll likely stay a patient from no on. Don't try to stop me. Just make sure the medicine is ready. Or, why you might end up being that patient, brother. Knightsub.net. The medicine had better be ready, yes? Just how far can AMEUI go? How dare you? You lowly thing. Knightsub.net. Fine. Since AMEUI insists, I'll leave for today. Still, your older brother murderous intent. One shovel'd give YOV at least one piece of advice. A petty mouth can only babble if it stays intact, little brother. I'll see you next time. If you're still in one piece. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Did Lord IL use a dark technique? Dark technique. A method of internal martial arts where one imbues their malice into the opponent's body. After some time, it tears muscles, bursts organs, twists veins, and destroys the inside. However, nighttsup.net-arrscanis.com Mon, I have the solar heart. A dark technique like Lord IL's will melt away easily. TSK. To think the grandson of the Lord of Dark Abyss is this petty. Then that Lord of Dark Abyss must be petty too? A dark Titan/K like Lord IL's will melt away easily. Still, 1T all ended well thanks to my good master. You didn't cause THI's mess believing in me, did you? I'm still a patient, so I feel a bit dizzy. Fine. Anyway, that name. Nightsup.net ou-oraraskins.com. Did your mother SUA really give IT to you? 19A wouldn't 1T be better to just let them m/sunderstand? Who? Tell everyone else that you've lost your memory. Lord IL thinks so too and left. Whether you really lost it or not, I don't know. Understood. You answer well, at least. nighttsup.net w-auroriascanis.com. nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. Thus, on the 5th day since becoming a disciple. The Mayuan is a martial art that pairs with the Ilwal Sonshin of the founding cult master of the sanctioned demon cult. If I learn the life and death technique of Gukpi, nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com, I'd be able to fully unleash the solar power within this steadily beating solar heart. If I master the Tekken/K of life and death, even the Washin Diaramu will be possible. Washin Diaramu. nighttsup.net. The martial path of 84,000 never betrays. This melody. Yes, to me, Washin Diaramu was a dance performed to my master's whistle. nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. 3 nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. 77 Unless I can't use powerful techniques. 00. But some solar power is infused into each move. The joy of growing. That I had forgotten. I've found a single speck of. nighttsup.net auroriascan.com. I've found a single speck of the dance's hidden perfection. Whether it's revenge or standing on my own, finding the martial art comes first. And then, I'll conquer the solar heart and achieve Ilwal Songshin. nighttsup.net. The two supreme martial arts I failed to embrace in my past life, this time I will claim them. Quite the teasing, isn't it? It's just a simple dance. Nightsup.net piotr.araskins.com. If you say so, I'll believe you. Is Jang Mayon I3DISNI? He stepped out for a bit. Did Jang Mayon told you that? There were a few moves here and there that looked decent. But without a core mental technique, it's just an empty shell of movements. He sensed there was something in Washin Diaramu. Quite perceptive. Maybe a top-level master. Do you remember me? Nightsup.ne or araskans.com. I do not. I am the Law Canon Lord of the Solar Divine Palace, Northern Warlord ILSONCON. Law Canon Lord OFE Solar Divine Palace, Northern Warlord Ilseonkians. nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. I am Wayun. That name? The name of a martial god. Quite a good name. Did SUA give IT to you? nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. Doesn't matter, does it? Life and death are both yours now. Northern Warlord ILSONCHEON, may I consider you an ally? More importantly, is my name the issue here? I won't use inner power. I'll only use my right hand. A martial duel, not a bad opponent, but all I did was dance. You should at least tell me why you're rushing in. Whether 1T's a dance or martial art, once you intend to harm others, it becomes a fine weapon. Master SA, 9 nin on SVHOHM should at least have a shield. nighttsup.net auroriascanis.com. You'll have to survive tonight, after all. Tonight, 10 nighttsup.net scans.com. nighttsup.net auroriascanes.com. 90. Changbeep Changlin Joylak? nighttsup.net auroriascanes.com. He shouldn't have an ounce of internal energy. Yet it truly felt like a solid spear thrusting towards me. Besides, I wasn't supposed to use my internal energy, but one ended up using it. One lost cleanly on the first move. Are you really that Master SA? I've learned a valuable lesson. Then we should go for 2 moves, right? nighttsup.net or araskins.com. This, like swordsmanship. Is the Lord of the North a swordsman? So this is the shield he said would bind me. A chance to grow by safely clashing with a master like Ilseonkian. Good. auroriascanes.com nighttsup.net. Escaping into the air? A poor move. You're still lacking. Master SA. 94. Lord of the North, the very essence of martial arts from the Sun Palace. But still, you're lacking. Nightsub.net. How terrifying. Now, things are finally going according to plan. Or is it a talent he possessed from the beginning? The talent of a martial god. Amazing, Master SA. You called it a dance, Nightsup.net Inox, Naya yes, it's a dance. Hand you a shield, but didn't realize you already possessed such a sharp weapon. You flatter me. If you had used your internal energy in both arms, I would have been reduced to a pool of blood. If one has time, building internal energy is easy. o-oraraskins.com. Cultivating a person's strength is what's difficult. Master SA already possesses solid personal strength. Though that time itself might be the problem. Not where did you learn that dance? Lord of the North, that child has no memories. No memories, yet remembers a dance? I suppose there are things he remembers from time to time. FLCY my master appeared right on time. What a relief. I suppose? Since when did Jang Myon become so talkative? Well, this is the first time I've known the Lord of the Law Haltio be this curious. So, why have you come? I've come to deliver the Palace Lord's command. The Palace Lord? The Mokunho might have pulled some strings, but in any case, it's the Palace Lord's command. I'll have TIMOT 7030 right? Master SA must kneel. As it is the command bestowed upon Master SA by the Palace Lord. Yes. nighttsup.net auroriascanes.com. I've never done this, not even before the Emperor. Right now, I'm merely Master SA of the Sun Palace. If he says kneel, one must kneel. This Palace Lord deems that Master SA has improved. Therefore, as of today, return to the CHLGAK Pavilion and prepare for tomorrow's name bestowal ceremony. Are you not going to answer? Understood. Numion, a name bestowal ceremony, huh? Officially, one don't have a name then. Officially, one don't have a name then. Is that why he was said when one said my name? nighttsup.net auroriascanes.com. One told you, he has no memories. Why bother with such a pointless test? That's just how the Lord of the Law Hall does things. What else was one supposed I-000L still, being a branch of the demonic cult, do one have to perform some kind of ritual? Master SA, remember. Upon receiving the Palace Lord's command, a person of the Sun Palace must reply, all is by the law of the Sun, to signify obedience. 1ts not like it's difficult but 1ts what those guys who came to kill me also said. Did the Palace Lord send assassins? All is by the law of the Sun. nighttsup.net.com. Nightsup.net memories, whether they exist or not. Master SA's life would not have changed. CO. So, congratulations if you have strength, your life will change. You don't doubt it? Doubt what? That you've grown stronger? About everything. You are Sue's son. And the Palace Lord's son. Sci all I can say for now. Then, I'll see you again sometime. Wait, ILSEONCHEON. NIGHTSUP.net-AORASCANS.com. In this current body, one can't even eavesdrop on telepathic messages. There seems to be a secret about my birth. This place. Where the palace to return. Chilgak Pavilion? It's a ruin, isn't it? IWH. What are you doing? Not coming in? Knightsup.neetaskins.com. DOH. Right, I'm JCHONHYOK. Mayui said you have no memories. You know well. Ha! This is amusing. I came because I have something to tell you. Master S.A. Mumion, die by my hand. Rather than crawling on the floor like a filthy insect, it would be better for you to die by my hand today. If it's Chechen Heek. Is he my second older brother, the one Master called a son of a bitch? You should have also told me that he's a son of a bitch and a madman. In any case, there's only one answer. Kill or be killed. You're going to tree? Against me? Stop flapping your gums and come at me. Gums? HOI, new little brother that I'm seeing for the first time. A dying struggle is an ugly thing. It seems better than someone who just flaps their gums like you, don't you? Knightsup.net-oraraskins.com. And for a mad dog, a beating is the cure. You idiot. Are you just going to run AWA? 0T. It's not a real sword. But I put my energy into it. It's not a real sword. But I put my energy into it. If it lands well, IT could be on par with a first-rate master. Knightsup.net-oraraskins.com. Should I enter the solar celestial path too? You're more agile than I heard. If that level of martial arts is what you gained while living in comfort, you'd be too ashamed to show your face. All talk, yet you're so bold? 0. You don't carry a weapon in your hand, just on your tongue. Then it's fortunate. Everything I said hit the mark, while you missed entirely, didn't you? I thought HEDE be more reactive to provocation. But his response is more bland than expected. They say the first young master used to rage furiously. So it's true. Your tongue work is top-notch. Better than your sword skills. He's bringing up Chechenwo. You seem to have thrown away your fear of death? NIGHTSUP.net-AORASCANS.com. OOC33N on worry on nieces sorrily. Just because we're blood doesn't mean I'll go easy, right, brother? A cheap provocation. I'll let IT slide once. I thought IT wouldn't work. Is bloodline his weak point? But you know. Even if we share a father, we're not the same. NIGHTSUP.net call-AORASCANS.com. That face, so similar to the Solar Palace Lord. But the desperation in your expression, try/ing to deny it. Do you hate the Solar Palace Lord, don't you? Why do you hate him? Because of your mother? Why do you hate him? Because of your mother? NIGHTSUP.net AORASCANS.com. AORASCANS.com. The T/P of his sword wavered. Did the provocation. Do you really want to live so badly that you'd grovel on the ground? Better than whining while thinking of your grow up. Jechen Hyuk. What do you know? Of all his wives, who did the Solar Palace Lord truly love? Your mother? Right. Including my own mother, all 3 of the Solar Palace Lord's wives were political marriages. NIGHTSUP.net AORASCANS.com. And everyone knows that your mother, Banisue, was the only one he truly loved. And you were the unlucky one, offered as a sacrifice but miraculously survived. What is he talking about? You're jealous, aren't you? Is that why you hate the Solar Palace Lord? You've got it all wrong. If you die, won't the Lord suffer a wound? I-001 because his beloved son dies. He keeps saying things that contradict what Mondai the Palace Lord loved my mother and me? One if he loved us, he wouldn't have locked his son in a place like this. Besides, from what I heard, I wasn't offered as a sacrifice by misfortune. The Palace Lord personally chose me as the sacrifice. And he ordered me to return to chiriagak.nightsup.net aurorascanes.com. That's how I ended up in this situation, Solar Palace Lord. What is he thinking? You really are a bastard. First, I need to survive. Thanks for calling the Solar Palace Lord a dog. Isn't there a problem if I kill a fellow bastard like this? You really must have lost your memory. First rule of the Solar Divine Palace. Only those 3H1Ni Sawan Vim Solar Dimming Palace are considered people. And you have no name. Which means no one would care if you died. nightsup.net-aurorascanes.com. Now die. The provocation worked well enough. The sword tip has been shaking for a while now. His left shoulder lifted. Of course, he'll strike down from the right. nightsup.net aurorascanes.com. Foolish second young master, a famous monk of the previous dynasty once said. Bekshiak Gandu Janilbo, standing at the end of 100-foot pole, take one more step. Sibeng Seji Hyon Jianshan. Fo to the one who steps into death, a new world shall open. This is the incarnated fist. nightsup.net weororascanes.com. Ugh. I ease low. Of. For King's true slash. So North Martial Lord gave him the shield to counter this. Nightsub.net. Nightsub.net. Dre T71I nightsup.net. Elder Yang. That guy is mine. Enough. The second young master's life doesn't belong to him alone. The heir of the Silent Cloud Assembly must not be defeated. What? He got that injury just from blocking one blow? I will handle it right here, right now. Nightsup.net uraraskins.com. From Thouansint, I will take full responsibility for today's events. He's channeling energy into his hand. That's clearly the realm of a perfected master. Create an opening. FLRST, I need TO make him lower his guard. You think I'll let you run? RELLLY. You're going TO but into a kid's fight? Yeah, go ahead and think I'm just a scared rookie. TCH. That boy almost got his skull cracked. nightsup.net aurorascanes.com. From the beginning, my target. LC/ was you. 2FA4494 7HAZ #9. P1WH what 2-3H1. Idols Nightsup.net or araskins.com. Ugh. Old man. Let's see how dearly they treasure you. Next. You bastard. Do you still expect TO survive this? 18 more to go. GHH. You're ruthless. How do you want me TO deal with you? Kaya ah. UOLO 33NA1 NO answer. W, I the one asking questions. If you don't want TO see more things breaking, you'd better remember this. Hand over H yoke. Then, just for today, I'll let you live how stupid. Kaya. How could I possibly believe that? IHN3WEW3HT let you go, you could kill me right away. NIGHTSUP.net-aurorascanes.com. Even if I disappear, who's to say you won't kill Hayek anyway? If this keeps going, THE only outcome is both Jetchen Heek and I dying. Elder YA Ing G. Watch closely. Sa Gongja. You were the one who said not to live pathetically at first, now look at you. Sa3knightsup.net or araskins.com. Ugh. You're worse than a bug. Still, I'll let you live. Gook. But it might hurt a bit? Why not beg Elder Yang to spare you now? GRRK. Like a wretched, filthy mad dog. Elder Yang, haven't you decided what TOI13A0D1 I know? That way, I'll be safe, and Elder Yang can at least bring back the second young master half alive. SAGOINGJA. The martial arts of Elder Yang or the life of this heir, the second young master. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. We'll see so 103 no hoik more value. Come now, Elder, there's no need for that. Oh. It seems I've just deepened the awkward rift between these two. That's another gain. Anyway. I need to survive. The sun will rise no-os. Elder Yang? AIG. NIGHTSUP.net-AURORISCANS.com. SAGOINGJA. VOF Martial Arts EIRREEI. Elder O Yang Monson. You belong to the Silent Cloud Assembly. You may not enter the main palace freely at night. Is that really the issue right now? Knightsup.net-or araskins.com. Look at him. Sa Gongja is. Elder Yang, this is a children's quarrel. Sekondiang Master Jechen Heek. You asked me to turn a blind eye to what happens tonight. So I will. Do you accept ICH1? I accept it. Then, Sa Gongja. The strong may take everything from the weak. That is our foundation. The strong prevail, the 1,000-year law of the demonic sect. What will you take, SAGONJA? What SIHS SI3SN3 SNON lawkeeper? That bastard doesn't even have a name. Why is he being acknowledged under the strong prevail? Sa Gongja has a name. 3. He naming ceremony is tomorrow. Sa Gongja told me he received a name from his mother. NIGHTSUP.net-AURORISCANS.com. And Sa Gongja Wayan. According to the strong prevail, what will you take from Jechen Heek? Is his life an INOIDO? You bastard. It is. North Martial Lord. Do you think we'll just let this go? Knightsup.net roriskins.com and FIL no 0I. North Martial 20D01. I am the lawkeeper of the Solar Palace. My duty is to assist the Lord in upholding the law. 1. Nod. I need to hear your bickering. Look at you, crawling on the floor like a filthy bug. Do you want to live? What? I asked if you want to live, like a bug. If you're just going to toy with me like this, then kill me already. Cocky bastard. If possible, it'd be cleaner to kill him in loose ends. Second young master. Compose yourself. This is their moment. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. But thinking calmly, Jechen Heek seems to have powerful backing. The answer is obvious. It all comes down to the will of the strongest in the room. He saw everything from the start and still showed up. North Martial Lord came to mediate from the very beginning. HWITHHR will have TO let it go. Graph. Aqua. L131 settle it with this. E. Knightsup.net-or araskins.com. Very well. Elder O Yang Monson, return to the Silent Cloud Assembly. Also, regarding the fight today between Sa Gongja Wayan and second young master Jechen Heek, no responsibility shall be pursued, ASPR the will of the defeated, Jechen Heek. 1 Ha. Wayun, ha. Ha ha. That. Lowborn woman gave you a name, I3HS1 INOIO. Can you say that again at tomorrow's naming ceremony? My standards do not change. Very well. I'll remember those words clearly. Elder Yang, let's go. Nightsub.net or araskans.com Filey. Congratulations. 0 thank you. Try to survive tomorrow as well. All is according to the law of the sun. All is according to the law of the sun. Riot I am no longer Wayan, the northern general. S.A. Ganja, the disgrace of the solar divine palace. Nightsup.net or araskans.com C33N NED dreams or anything, just get some decent sleep, will you? 060. Did S.A. Ganja really live here? Yes. And yesterday, the Lord himself ordered him to return here. Man, this place must have let in every drop of rain like welcome I3WOH. But if he receives a name in tomorrow's ceremony, do Dinix sip change? Is that money coming out of our pockets? Nightsup.net or araskans.com we have no choice, third young master. The old man insists, so what can we do, IWH? A corpse? Looks like an assassin. They say the culprit always returns to the scene, Was this your doing? Trohaha. Me? As if I'm some S.A. Ganja or second young master? 123. I am third young master Jekianhan. Your older brother. PNIGHTSUP.net or Araska SIOM. Sup.net or araskans.co say OHM this guy? We'll take thy's carriage to Bangla Twin Peaks. F/EMF at the ceremony, all you have to do is nod and say yes, yes, yes. So don't be too nervous. Once you receive your name, you'll start getting support funds from the Solar Palace. Use that to repair Chilwayajak and get new clothes or weapons. The ceremonial robe's a bit big, right? But the way it flows looks pretty cool. E10UGH. He just won't stop talking. Oh, right. Did you hear about Elder Yang from the Silent Cloud Society and the mess I was in? NIGHTSUP.net I've just heard now. But, hey. So the fangs are coming out now. That stone turning out that way. Nightsup.net cow-or araskans.com they say you're the one who did it. This is tough. Honestly, the first or second were more straightforward. 5GGGG yeah, they came at me. Hofnightsup.net s.com I answered you. Is there nothing for me in return? Fine. If you give something, you should get something back. How about I fix up Chilwayagak? No, not that. I want you to tell me a story. A story about what? About everything. That's not exactly fair, is it? HM. Maybe I'll try a different method. NIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. Brother, I'm counting on you. 7LWHOA, I knew you'd try that tactic. You're really flipping your attitude like turning your hand over, huh? I'm counting on you. 5 or not. Your call. I didn't know my little brother was such a character. Ask whatever you want. I usually charge people for this, but since it's my little brother asking, I'll answer like a proper big bro. What happens if someone heading to the naming ceremony GGG 55555 already has a name? Stop. Stop the carriage. NIGHTSUP.net askins.com. FNIGHTSUP.net AURORISCANS.com. They're each spreading out systematically in 4 directions. What are they planning? A perimeter sweep? A trap? Wayun. That's my name. Honestly, it's a great name. Sounds like it belongs to a martial god. Did your mother give it to you? 5GGG every time I say my name, people bring up my MOM. I need to get that info out naturally. Does anyone else know you have a name? If not, you could just get a new one today. Yes, first young master, J.E. Kumnasik young master, J.E. Chianyuk, Elder OH. Of Mount Yangmong, Lawkeeper Yulbopjonjual Sianchan, and Maui the Namegiver, you've got to be kidding me. Even Yulbeep Jianju and the Silent Cloud Society. Everyone who shouldn't know already does. There's no way to bluff my way out now. Is that so? Fine, I'll explain. The naming ceremony is only held for the Solar Palace Lord's direct bloodline. It's a public declaration that the Lord acknowledges them by granting a name. It's also a way to showcase the Lord's power. It's usually done around the age 10. But in your case, I'm the son of a nameless woman called Sua. Even the Lord abandoned me. GGGG for 5 whole years, I was treated like I didn't stay in the palace. Actually, everyone had a childhood name before the ceremony. Even the third young master. His name was Dan Woo Kyung. Childhood names aside. Warrior Yoon, that's not the issue. Is that so? Knightsup.net or Araskins.com. The fourth young master already used his name to invoke the law of strength above all. And he did it directly with Yulbopjonju's knowledge. You can't just brush it off as a childhood name. 19 Ta. This guy usually plays dumb, but he talks like he saw everything firsthand. Does he have spies in the Silent Cloud Society? That energy I felt during the handshake. And his childhood name is Dan Wookyung. TSUP.net. It's becoming clearer. If that's the case, then this guy's real identity is wait. If someone like him is giving away this much intel right to my face. Fourth young master, no, Wayun. Things are serious right now. Today's naming ceremony will take place in the main palace and the 3 solar lords will most likely be there. If you refuse the name in front of everyone, saying you already have one. That'll be bad. Would they actually kill me? What's the angle here? Possibly. And no one knows how the Lord will act. But one thing's for sure, he hates having his authority challenged. Not Ji CEO Nuhi Black Flame Pavilion, not Ji Chianyuk of the Silent Cloud Society. W3 He HF3 and EN will protect you. In fact, the Silent Cloud, yeah, I figured. Then why are you exempt from all this? Not JCHJO Nuhi Black Flame Pavilion, not Ji Chianyuk of the Silent Cloud Society. None of them will protect you. In fact, the Silent Cloud Society will probably take this chance to eliminate you. Yeah, I figured. Then why are you exempt from all this? Want more attention? You got it. If I want to survive, I need help from a third faction, right? G50555555. .knightsup.net or araskins.com exactly. And that faction is us. We're different from the Black Flame, the Orthodox cult, and all the localists who've been here since Jian Palace. What's your name again? Harong Trading CO is 0. We'll step in and keep you alive. .knightsup.net. Of course, we'll expect something in return. So, I'll have Tio join you as an underling, right? Ooh. But you're my little brother. If you want, we'll take you past the southern coasts, into the central plains that's full of monsters. How? I'll tell you if you say yes. So, what do you say, baby brother? Goal Knightsup.net. Thank you. Brother. But how? Gee, sorry to say this, but I even shattered your grandfather, Dan Jungseong's Black Knight Mirage. Compared to Noah and ISN 11I3H showed me. 5nighttsup.net-aurorascanis.com. My last life was far worse. 42. You've got time. Think it over. Whether that stage becomes your execution site is entirely up to you. .knightsup.net/aurorascanis.com. Let's move out. 10,000 suns. 0 of moonlit star glory. Today's naming candidate, 4th young master nameless, enter. nighttsup.net-aurorascanis.com. BRMNA 4000S00000. The title conferment ceremony is being held above. Who could you be waiting for? Surely it's not me you await. Right, Lord Mal? You're as perceptive as ever. It's been a while, third prince. Then, is it this way? One speak of my younger sibling Wayan. My younger sibling. What a pointless power play, very well. Third prince's party may ascend first. Lord Namai, surely you're aware that the recipient of the title CEREMO New York MUST be escorted by the previous title holder. One shall take them up myself, so they can suffer humiliation at them's HT. Since when have you acted so recklessly? You who won't even show your face except for legal code assemblies. We share the Sun Palace affiliation, yet you speak so coldly. Our Harryon Merchant Group extended an invitation before, which you ignored. I wasn't aware we shared Sun Palace ties. That's because I had no obligation to clean up your faction's mess. Elder my. One am curious about their openly hostile relationship, but for now, let us proceed. Then we shall ascend first, third prince. AE. Little brother, remember my words. You have only me. 5 Yes, thank you, elder brother. TYYIT suits you well. Clothes make the man. MW gratitude. And you're wondering why 1M here, aren't you? The Northern Martial Sovereign came this morning. He said you thoroughly defeated that prince. Even Elder Yang witnessed it? Correct. Astonishing. Truly astonishing. The fourth prince, who's never learned martial arts, emerging victorious. TLHYFAPL. Surely it's because my master excels, no? Save such honeyed words for when your lips glisten with flattery. Has the fourth prince secretly mastered martial techniques? Impossible. Had he wouldn't have been dragged powerless to the heavenly path. Then, could it be the Sun Core's power from the Eternal Sovereign's legacy? So you're wielding the Sun Core without the life-death trigram Eamon, correct? Excellent. Once you master the trigram, you'll become unstoppable. Provided you survive today, that is. Given how the second prince and the Silent Cloud sector grinding their teeth, the second prince's maternal grandfather, sect leader Jangson, will surely intervene. What of the first prince's faction? The Heavenly Rain sect may act rashly, but the Black Cliff Pavilion is lethargic, they won't stir unnecessarily. I see. And remember this. You might be safe today, but remember this. Those bastards are the last ones you should ever trust. I had a feeling they were. Be especially wary of the third prince's eyes in Tonglia. 5 SLVRT serpents with venomous gazes. But in the end, it's the palace lord who matters. Fourth prince No, my disciple. I've spoken with the palace lord, but HASAS reliable ASA Mirage. Understood. Remember one thing. Today's life or death struggle hinges entirely on the palace lord. You must impress the palace lord. I wonder what they discussed. Let us enter. 40IOYY. One heaven's sun. Night moon's radiance. Today's title recipient. Fourth Prince Mu Myon, step forward, E. They say Master Jangmyeon met the Northern Martial Sovereign this morning. He must have devised a way to save me. That's why he distracted the third prince with a power struggle and sent me word. All shall be decided by the sun's law. By the sun's law. Sun Palace Lord J.E. Gangsun. So the Palace Lord holds the final key. The martial majesty of Hua Jing? Impressive. 5555515 far beyond being stuck in this backwater. Heavens CHON, DSTRUCTAONS Myul. From this moment, for the prince, your name shall be JECHONMYUL. One heaven's sun. Night moon's radiance. Do you object? Nako object? Do you desire another name? But Master Jangmyeon, you overlooked one person.
No 3s1 Wayan, also hold a key. I already have the name Wayan.
D. Ho 0.
One who once tried to kill his own flesh and blood.
Won't hesitate to do it twice.
Perhaps it's feudal pride. By the name of the war god, by the name of the Northern Sky General, that is my name.
Nanan, that was your name. The son of Sua. Palace Lord.
Lord Jangsun Hu of the Silent Cloud sect, I have something to say.
That name of the fourth prince isno mere childhood appellation.
Lord Jangsun Hu of the Silent Cloud sect, the crime of hiding one's true name before the title ceremony.
Execute the fourth prince.
The Silenti Cloud sect's Lord Jangsun clearly despises you.
They've looked down on me from the very beginning. You defeated Je Cheon Hyuk?
Yes. And shattered Yang Mungshan's arm, I hear.
Correct.
So this is the worth of destroying the sun altar.
Only possible because of whose favor you enjoy. Choose. TCH. Will you be the tranquil fourth prince Jechon? Is this a display? Twirl the first step beyond humanity towards Geo Dovup demonhood.
A realm fewer than 20 in all Zhang Yuan have achieved.
The pinnacle of human ascension.
But sorrow, hatred, vengeance, happiness, joy, laughter, I define them all. A life where I cannot speak my true self is but an empty shell.
I could retreat, I could bow my head. Say but to abandon WHOIAM would render everything meaningless. G. In the past, now, and forevermore. My name is Wayan. 47. W. EL. Since it's your choice, very well. From now on, his name shall be Waylon.
We also hereby temporarily revoke your status as fourth prince. Having rejected what was given, you must now atone through your deeds.
Sect leader Jangsun.
Yes, Palace Lord.
Was there not some nuisance plaguing your Silent Cloud sect's coastal territory?
If I recall correctly, this delayed your sex exchange with the Heavenly Dragon Alliance last time. Me indeed. The blood-cloaked fiend that appeared half a year ago continuesto caused trouble.
Wei Yuan, listen well. You are hereby appointed as Special Expedition Commander of the Sun God Palace's Southern Sea.
Go to Nanhai Songzhou of Dongbong Fortress and eliminate the blood-cloaked fiend disturbing that region.
And Sect Leader Jangsun.
Yes, Palace Lord. I shall not accept your request to execute Wayun. Instead, tomorrow I'll have Physician Mai examine your grandson Jeichion Hyuk's condition.
My gratitude.
Moreover, the lands where the blood-cloaked fiend appears historically belong to your sect.
Therefore, can you assist the Special Expedition Commander? VG, it would be my honor. Physician MAI, step forward.
The physician shall accompany the Special Expedition Commander.
Understood. What is that? I must see. Don't know. That's why I must go and see. What does he need to see? What could it be? I see. All things by the sun's law. The conferment ceremony is concluded. Taught by the sun's law. By the law. By the law. By the sun's law.
So you spoke with the Palace Lord beforehand.
I had to prevent my only disciple from becoming a corpse. OAML, may I ask what you meant by needing to CWITH the Palace Lord earlier? To teach you the life-death trigram.
Perfect. An opportunity to stay together like this won't come again within these palace walls.
Who knows about the life-death trigram?
You, me, the Palace Lord, and the Northern Martial Sovereign.
AHM Soho NNO might suspect? I see. 1F1 do 3POML should be wary of those two then. And there must be reasons you can't tell me. Since you're asking questions, it seems you've already packed your belongings. My disciple is truly without greed. Or perhaps I just don't have any possessions? You used to carry everything from armor to spears and swords. The weapons I used are probably still kept in the imperial vaults like war trophies. Disciple. Yes, master. Impressions of the palace lord today. What exactly do you mean? I speak of a Hua Jing master. The realm all martial artists aspire to reach. Who could remain composed under a Hua Jing master's pressure? Especially without any martial training. One didn't I? Though I can't claim it was easy just because I was once the wargod. At first, all I could do was grit my teeth and endure. I thought I'd faint any moment. And then? A scorching energy flowed from my sun core. It kept my body from stiffening under the Hua Jing pressure. Completely? Yes. Completely? Yes, perfectly. In fact, F2IT raged fiercely as if refusing to be subdued. More remarkable than I imagined. Not mastering the chaos life energy or the life-death trigram. Bull. The sun core. That sun core of yours. Truthfully, I don't have much historical data about it either. Only that an ancient predecessor with the Sun core mastered the life-death trigram. Since Physician Mai is fulfilling his teaching role so diligently, it should participate actively too. I've heard it's difficult, but what exactly makes the life-death trigram so hard? Please. Tell me about the life-death trigram. The life-death trigram isn't just physically demanding like the demonic sex worst. No. It's not called the ultimate bizarre art for nothing. The greatest challenge is this. The life-death trigram is literally a martial art that walks the razor's edge between life and death. The first patriarch said it contains all combat principles of this world. All combat principles? Sounds similar to divine combat of Washin. How does one walk this boundary between life and death? You're saying I must console this? As expected of the 5 stars prodigy. And if I refuse? Historical records mention practitioners slicing their chests open to implant it. But you wouldn't understand it that way. It's not a physical substance. What? It's a secret technique weaving ideology into the life-death meridians. Have you heard of the world's sin karma? Just regular sins, no? This is definitely. It's a concept descended from an ancient, now FRGOTTEN curse lineage. The collective malice and sins committed by all living beings, woven together chaos life, What lies before you is the chaos life pill. The same chaos life Master Yen mentioned. Coincidence? Or fate? Correct. In that state, you must maintain clarity and practice the one-fist supreme chaos life trigram. The ultimate life-death trigram comprised of 7 forms. Surprisingly simply for something called an aberrant art. Let's see if you can still talk like that after consuming the chaos life pill. Most humans die unable to withstand that malice and sin. That's why you should. What have you just done? Didn't you say I had to eat it? Not all at once, you fool. You're supposed to take it gradually. Is that so? Is that so? You've just ingested deadly poison. You might lose your mind any moment now. You're completely fine? Don't you feel any urge to kill or destroy something? 6 None whatsoever. Any strange sensations? I felt something briefly at first. Is this the advantage of being a sun-moon divine star with the sun core? Well, good results are good, right? Can you feel the chaos life energy? This is ultimately the same method Master Yen used to weave the 3 forbidden curses in my past life. One was once crushed by chaos life energy, unable to distinguish friend from foe, coveting others' lives. Yes, it feels like gaining a new arm. Tobsorbit so natural life from the very beginning. I'm not sure if I should even teach you the life-death trigram. Tobsorbit so naturally from the very beginning. I'm not sure if I should even teach you the life-death trigram. Won't we know once we try? It already feels familiar. Is this how the power of the stars manifests? Elder One of Jangyang Fortress, Elder He, His Majesty, commands your presence at court tomorrow. He wishes to discuss the New Year's spring sacrificial rites. Does he intend to hold the military god festival we proposed for? I couldn't hear the details. Understood. You may withdraw. Elder He Kiansing of Hangchen Temple. This is exactly like that day. Decades ago. When we performed rites Tadavine, when peace would come to this world, exactly like the day when the previous Hangchen Temple master, my revered teacher, passed away. The very day Silwen Wayan, who devoured all evil in the world, appeared. O heavenly God born from chaos! Is the world still in turmoil, SA that you have returned? El Chire consuming the M Sengdan last Noer Energ Solar Core now, BU. NIGHTSUP.net AURRSCANS.com IoT at best, he's first rate. At a glance, second or even third rate. Our departure this morning was delayed because of you. Why is that guy even calm slashing with US? You want to pick a fight over something like that? Anyone would think I'm just another petty lord and not the Lord of the North. I came to check on the young master by order of the palace lord. Speaking of checking the young master's arm, you now understand how vicious your disciple is, right? It was just a minor fracture. Minor? It was completely shattered. North Martial Lord, you're also to blame. You were there, weren't you? You should have stopped it sooner. What was the point of stepping in after it ended like that? You should be grateful one even stepped in, otherwise your disciple would have crippled Elder Yang's martial arts with just H's tongue. Elder Yang's martial arts. Coin 20WNK of IT, Elder Yang's right arm was also wrecked. How is he doing? With all things considered, He's doing fairly well. We've realigned the major bones. That night, his presence and his instincts were sharper than a wild beast's. He was like a veteran who had survived countless battles. These were all things that should have been impossible for such a young master to possess. Ah, right. Pay your respects. This is your second master. One never said I take him on as a disciple. Since when did the North Martial Lord get so petty? Since the moment I heard you say, you're also to blame, North Martial Lord. TSKA : how can you be so small-hearted? A young student looks up at you with sparkling eyes, and that's how you act? Sparkling eyes? Where? He's only been a disciple for a few days, yet already so silver-tongued. But how on earth did that young Monson get played by this kid's NIGHTSUP.net AURRSGNS.com? Seriously, why are you even tagging along with us? The palace lord wouldn't have sent you just to babysit us. It's a secret. Is it just between us? One, is he trying to gauge if I'm included in that US? Should I give 3 WOSOMO no space? And where would you go in this carriage? I was just worried your mission might get more difficult. Pen, do I have some kind of nuisance following me? The blood-clad criminal. Rumor has it that someone is coming. From the north to capture that spear-wielding fugitive. What? From the north. Yes, it seems the Guangryong Gyoko family has mobilized its forces as well. Have they lost their minds? How could they dare step into Namhe Inkon OS? The Guangryong Gyoko family has long held a blood feud with the Mukwan Society. NIGHTSUP.net AURRSCANS.com. It was Iliang, the current family head of the Guangryong Gyoko, who severed the Mukwan leader, Zhang Sanhu's arm. In short, the Solar Divine Palace became the neutral ground between Mukwan and Guangryong Gyoko. They took control of all territories in Dongbong except Namhe and stepped onto the national stage. Why would the Guangryong Gyoko, one of the 10 Orthodox cross stars, agree to that? They took control of all territories in Dongbong except Namhe and stepped onto the national stage. Why would the Gwangryeon Gyoko, one of the 10 Orthodox cross stars, agree to that? Because of the Solar Divine Altar. The Solar Divine Altar. Neither the Celestial Dragon Alliance nor the cross stars could give up that legendary domain. Through the Gwangryeon Gyoko family, who are part of the 10 cross stars, the demonic Solar Palace traded access to the Solar Divine Altar with the Celestial Dragon Alliance and the 10 cross stars. Due to these complicated circumstances, the Gwangryeon Gyoko and Mukwan agreed not to cross into each other's territory. And yet, they're now breaking that agreement? A formidable obstacle must be approaching. 0nighttsup.net. They're not coming as the Gwangryeon Gyoko, but as an agent of the cross stars. The problem is who THEYRE sending. It's the little dragon. The little dragon? Sending a big shot would stir chaos, and sending a weakling would be meaningless. So they're playing their best possible hand. It's a man or a woman. Among the Dragon Phoenix titles bestowed upon POST Peak Talents, TSOW3HT Prestigious S** Hiddle Dragon. That means they're strong. Are they a direct bloodline? Close. The direct descendant of the previous head. You won't be crossing paths, so T33N on S3ERE to know the details. That's why I'm going there. Have other. 2. Please excuse me. Be quiet. Ugh. Songjua, even if ties were severed, if it's about capturing the blood-sea-led monster, Mukwan will at least pretend to cooperate. 088888 won't happen. Oraraskins.com. Do you even know who we are? One, know you're from the main palace. And yet you refuse? Yes. That's the message from our leader. We are not to receive anyone from the main palace. This is a direct order from the Palace Lord. One, haven't seen the order. Knightsup.net, didn't you say you know we're from the palace? That doesn't mean one, know you received the Palace Lord's command. Ha! And what 3H hashtag? OC.Noah 7 M order does arrive? I'll accept the punishment. +++++ you. Elder MAUI. May I handle ISILU? What's not allowed is not allowed 38888. WA. 2GHTSUP.net, what are you doing, hitting the gate? There may have been a mistake in the delivery. Yacht, sure, that's possible. If the message traveled the entire breadth of the Central Plains.e. This isn't even the main headquarters. It's just a small branch, and I could wipe them all out and burn the place down. What? That should make Mukwan come to their senses. Are you serious? Could this be a side effect of the Chaos Musangdan? One was just joking. What? I just got irritated and smacked him. What are they gonna do about it? I'm the 4th young master of the Solar Palace. Didn't you already renounce that title? One, haven't received the formal order yet. So here, I'm still the 4th young master. Unbelievable. Let's go. Sonju's famous for its porcelain trade, right? Even without the Mukwan branch, we'll find a place to stay. KOD, are you really not gonna kill IWIH? Knightsup.net 1 SLD1 was joking. Where do you think you're going this late at night? Just wanted to go out for a bit of air. Tomorrow, we're hearing information about the blood-clad monster from Mukwan, and then starting our life and death gorge training, right? Yes. Oraraskins.com. I've never even left the Solar Palace before, and now I'll be training in the infamous Life and Death Valley. Who knows how long that will take? On a rare free day like this, one should go out while I can. One heard Songju doesn't even have a night curfew. For that kid to say he wants to go out himself. That should be enough for a night out. Thank you. Be careful. Out in this world, even someone missing arms and legs can be deadly if they put their mind to it. Especially on a moonless night like this, avoid the backstreets. I'll just grab some snacks at the night market and head back. This is refreshing. Tonight really is perfect for some fresh air. Come take a look. High-quality jade from the western regions just arrived, come and see for yourself. For those late-night cravings, savory wheat noodles are here. He said one shouldn't take the back alley. But the place I need to go is precisely through that back alley. nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. And it's a place I'm all too familiar with. Mail me. Looks like they're closed for the day. A noble like yourself isn't someone who should be in a place like this. nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. Unfortunately, blood doesn't wait for a proper time to be spilled. Is that blood yours, young lord? No, and it's not yours either. F1 want the blood of the yellow dragon. The yellow dragon, ha? auroriascanis.com nightsup.net. Even with Heist claws pulled, he has kept his fangs sharp. Young lord, you're bringing up old no. One don't know which family you're from, but let me offer my final respects. Are you greeting me twice because you already see me as a dead man? Gadak maya yan amchan. The blood of the yellow dragon. That is a forgotten code. What's more, that footwork. Could it be Amhanan? auroriascanis.com nightsup.net. I've seen countless masters, but there was only one person who gave me such an ominous feeling. It was only him. Take him out. nightsup.net auroriascanis.com. As expected, the code alone won't be enough. Now these people will get hurt. It would be better to stop here, Gadak Maya. Try it, if you think you're capable. Seeing as I don't feel any internal energy, you seem to have roughly learned something like a spell technique. Whatever it is, it won't work on them. A basic joint attack formation. But I, too, have been waiting only for this. The martial art. State, harbored by the Washan di Aramu. ans.com nightsup.net biokrakian wangriu. No way. Condensing this. Reach out, power of the sun. Nightsup.net. W. Are you now in the mood to talk, Gadak Maya? Biokra. Chan Wan Brayu. Nightsup. Good heavens. Biokrakian Wangriu. If that's the case, then that footwork must also be Amhanan? Correct. Kohahahaha. Mad. He's mad. nightsup.net young master. Just who in the world are you? Yukmaman. One understood itto be a place that asks nothing because Iano on SVH1I. The 6 laws of Yukmaman. It's been so long, I had forgotten. Please come in. Nightsup.net roars even if you don't know who I am? You sought out Gadak Maya, buried in the past, and spoke of The Yellow Dragon's blood. That is sufficient. For that, one feel like one went through quite a bit of trouble. Ha ha. I will tell you Thate much more. It's an old man's house, so there's nothing a young master would particularly like. The tea's aroma is good, so it's fine. XX no eyes, no ears, no nose, no mouth. No eyes, no ears, no nose, no mouth. They themselves are absent, and the opponent is absent. W. Thus, the intelligence organization where 6 things are absent, Yukmaman. WWW Yukmaman was originally an old martial sect that walked a different path from the Jiang Empire. Urim received the loyalty of Yun Yukmaman, lord of that era, were like wolves. They themselves are absent, and the opponent is absent. nightsup.net uraraskans.com. Thus, the intelligence organization where 6 things are absent, Yukmaman. Yutmaman was originally an old martial sect that walked a different path from the Jiang Empire. Thus, Yutmaman was reborn as an intelligence organization. After the founding of the nation, Yun Namchen retired from the front lines, came down to NMO 3WOH Sih Songju, and became a pawnbroker.
VNIGHTSUP.net Songju is a city of rest for Yun Namchen, who was active in the shadows. He had said that if I too could ever rest comfortably, we should watch the SEA here, and share a drink, a cup of tea together. That Namchen from back then, who used to brew tea in unwashed cups.
Is this muddy water, or tea?
You should at least make it so a person can drink it, you punk.
Has the Yun Namchen of that time aged this much? Are you finding fault with something someone brewed with sincerity? Knightsup.net or Araskans.com at the young master's current level.
You might not know Amhunin, but you shouldn't be able to handle Biokraki and Wangryu.
How is your body?
If you were going to worry, you should have gone a bit easier on me. At first, one was trying to kill you, and now, we're drinking tea together. If you were going to worry, you should have gone a bit easier on me. At first, I was trying to kill you, and now, we're drinking tea together. I don't have a hobby of watching someone I'm drinking tea with cough up blood.
Just give me a bucket, I'll throw up in there then.
If one uses a martial art that doesn't match their level, they suffer severe internal injuries. Usually, one must recuperate for a year with elixirs.
However, thanks to this Sun Heart, I'll likely be better by tomorrow.
I can't gather internal energy, but in the long run, IT will be of great help in achieving Ilwal Songshan.
If you're well enough to joke, you seem perfectly fine. Knightsup.net Roriskans.coi. So, what are you curious about that made you seek out this old man, young master? He must have sufficiently thought that I am related to the god of war. However, it is not yet time. For your sake, and for mine. One cannot yet tell you that I am that god of war, so en wayan. There's something I'm curious about. The god of war, Sian Huayun.
Knightsup.net or Araskans.com. That person.
I want to hear HI's story.
You wouldn't have come seeking to hear what's commonly known to the world. Not the young master who knows of the yellow dragon's blood and knows me.
The god of war.
First appeared at the end of the Central Plains War.
22H. With that, the Western War also ended, and it should have been an era of peace.
But an ancient nightmare that was said to swallow the world awakened. 22 and the god of war said he himself would stop it.
A nightmare, you say? Knightsup.net or Araskans.com. Of course, I don't know the truth of the matter. Since His Majesty and the Six Kings said so. So, the god of war died at the end of the battle with the evil dragon? NIGHTSUP.net-AORASCANS.com. Officially, he is missing.
They say the god of war went down to the very bottom of the earth with the evil dragon.
Since then, every year during the Mid Autumn Festival, the imperial family holds a memorial rite for the god of war. There must be something to it.
For them to have fabricated such a story. A beautiful story. A man who fought more bravely than anyone, sacrificing himself for world peace.
Do you truly believe the god of war became that evil dragon and fell to the bottom of the earth? Your manner of speaking is the same. Manner of speaking?
The way you make the other person talk at length and then casually mention the most important thing at the end. The way of speaking that those who knew him called the glib god of war. Come to think of it, you're brazenly similar to, young master.
Amhanin.
Those who know it can be counted on one hand, and Biokrakian Wangryu is a martial art that only masters of Wagyeong can use.
Is that so? I used it too, though. NIGHTSUP.net URRSCANS.com. There is only one person who knew and used both. The god of war.
And then, after 15 years, he reappeared.
Om 3 knows used Biokrakian Wangryu. So you think one might be connected to the god of war? Knightsup.net or Araskans.com. You've guessed wrong.
I merely came here because I knew I could obtain information without paying.
The yellow dragon's blood is a code used only by the JONCHONCHLJA and the imperial family.
And, the only ones who know I am living in seclusion here are the Emperor and the Sword King among the Jonki and Chilja. One will not ask further, nor will I answer. However, I am using all my people to find out the young master's identity. How kind. One must answer your question. NIGHTSUP.net or Araskans.go. After that, I went to Nakwa Valley, where the god of war was said to have fought the evil dragon. Because even if it were a dragon from mythology, the god of war would have caught it. But there was nothing. Traces of at least 2,000 guan of explosives. Only traces of martial arts that only the god of war could unleash, cutting across the land. There were no dragon scales or traces of a dragon. Only human traces. After that, the Jonki and Chilja became the 6 kings of the world and headed to their respective assigned castles. And since then, there has been little movement. Knightsup.net Auroras, the Dongbon Castle Lord, Sword King Sang Wibik, has also not budged from Chungalung for the past few years. Ever since the god of war disappeared, that is. That is correct. That is correct. Whether the god of war disappeared or was made to disappear, we cannot know, but. Indeed. It's Yun Namchen. So, do you desire revenge, successor to the god of war? That's your thought. Is the god of war alive? I do not know. It's me, Namchen. What is your relationship with the god of war? NIGHTSUP.net AURORASCANS.com. No relationship at all. 1 a.m. The god of war, Namchen. If it must be so, I will do so. In that case, please smile. With the happiness that the god of war could not obtain. I understand. Knightsup.net-AURORASCANS.com. Ho, it will be so, Namchen. Open it later. This is the last gift this old man can give. You're talking like you're going somewhere? Have you heard of the Sea of Thunder Dragon? It's where the top members of Yukmaman gather to collect intel and analyze it. One created my own version of Sea of Thunder Dragon. Sea of Thunder Dragon. Since I can't go with you myself, I'll assign this one to you. She's from the 12 Shadows. Introduce yourselves. You want me to travel with someone who once pointed a sword at me? She'll be of help. Very well. And also, C33 and Nox, net information on Sonju? S.A. Ganja of the Solar Palace. He's already figured out that much? As expected. He knocked out the gatekeeper, you say? Yes. Then he settled at a small inn in Sonju. Since when was S.A. Ganja the type to act like that? Ruthless bastard. Even I, as Supreme Master, couldn't speak freely before the Lord's presence, yet he endured it through willpower alone. A tiger cub is still a tiger, huh? Lord Gong. Yes, Chief. What do you suggest we do? Chief, Songju of Dongbong Province has acted as the roots of our kingdom since its founding. If not for the Silent Cloud Society, the current Solar Palace wouldn't exist. Gong Hupyeong, Regional Commander. Look, Lord Gong, everything's fine. Your introductions before you speak are too long. Chong Muwi, current Yado Derang of Themo Nhoe and Chief of the Bloodwave Unit. Could you get to the point, please? Understood. To eliminate S.A. Ganja, who did that to Jie Chianyuk. If it were up to me, I'd send even the Qingmu guards. If he crosses me, I'll tear him apart. But since the Lord's left hand, the physician, and right hand, the North Martial Lord, are both here, we can't. If we're not careful, we may provoke the Lord's wrath. It's simple. Just as the pretended to be ignorant after attacking first, we'll do the same and make sure no one knows it was us. But the physician would know. He heals and helps USHLL recognize us instantly. Then we just have to keep the physician busy. How? Have one of us break a bone and beg him for treatment? We've got physicians on our side, too. The physician will only move for something serious. It has to be something special. Lord Gong, are you thinking of using a shard of AMCHEON?
Yes. If someone is poisoned by Amchen, even that immovable physician would come.
The physician may have refused Harong folks, but we are the Silent Cloud Society. The Harong merchants may have handed it over peacefully, but
Are they going to use it to take down SA Gongja Wayun? Chief. Why do you think the Solar Palace Lord sent SA Gongja here? Because he fully knows what happened to Je Chianyuk. He was a gift? Indeed. SA Gongja was going to be sacrificed anyway. One SNT that perfect? Let's strike, Chief.
I'll butcher him myself.
We can't just send.
It's hard being a sacrifice the first time, but the second time's easy. First, he was a shrine offering.
Now, his sacrifice will bring us peace. Fine.
Blood shall be repaid with blood.
Blood Wave Unit and SCOTS begin. Understood. You're late. We need to strike the Silent Cloud Society. What? Are you saying the ones who fought last night were the Silent Cloud Society?
It's the very Silent Cloud Society you're thinking of, Keymaster.
They're the largest faction under the Solar Palace. I know. You know? You want to strike them just because of that? One learned something new last night. How? This guy just came out of the Solar Palace for the first time. How'd he learn that in one night? I'll tell you later. But before that, please hear me out. Go ahead and say it. Do you know a year when the poisoned go? Ghost appeared incionos flyy. Did anything unusual happen? If anything, third young master Je Chianhan from Harong Trading Company requested treatment for someone who was poisoned. What is the relevance of this?
The Harong Trading CO avoided the society's territory to avoid conflict. Silent Cloud supports the second young master, Harong backs the third.
What if a Harong merchant visited Sonju at that time? How'd he find that out? The Orthodoxy? The Hao clan? Or? No way, there.
True, one never heard of a collaboration between Harong and Silent Cloud since then.
Moreover, why did you think it was a poisoning?
One heard about the patient's condition. He didn't go to Harong, but he was going to die regardless.
What was his condition?
His whole body was covered in black bumps, and black blood poured from his eyes, nose, mouth, and iris.
That's definitely poisoning.
Or an intense demonic curse, but thinking he encountered that is.
Master. Don't drag say it. Why don't you like HROing?
I don't know where they're based, but I know they're dangerous.
Regardless, Harong is a trading group.
If they came to Sonju, despite having never come before, it means they traded something rare.
And likely something dangerous. A reasonable guess. So you're saying someone from Harong got poisoned because of that item, and Silent Cloud Society bought it? Yes.
That intelligence, awareness, and skill, this man doesn't deserve to rot in the backwaters of the Central Plains. And the Blood Cannon Fiend came to Sonju looking for that item.
Correct. So you want to strike the Silent Cloud Society? Yes. Eliminating the cause is the easiest way to eliminate the effect. It's DFNILYE tempting and it adds up. But the problem is, there's no proof. And even if we did strike, we don't even know what the item is, right? No, you don't know what 1T is. I do. That item once belonged to the Marshal de Tai Sianoyun. Among the many things forged by melting.
The HLLSLING blade that soaked the Central Plains in blood centuries AGOFRL there was.
One weapon. Amchen Ilgwang, also known as the Siam's Naut Amchen.
There was one weapon.
Amchen Ilgwang, also known as the Demon Sword Amchen. It devoured all who tried to claim it.
A sword is still a sword.
But there was one who wielded that legendary demon sword, the Martiale.
After the martial deity vanished, the sword shattered and became shards of AMCHON, releasing thick demonic energy.
And one of those shards is rumored to be in Sonju right now. As the solar palace's sa Gonja, one figured you'd want to know that. As the solar palace's sa Gonja, one figured you'd want to know that.
Once/enter the Silent Cloud's main hall.
I'll be able to identify it.
I just need to get inside.
Knock, may I come in? ISIOHM, I'm from the Silent Cloud Society. I'm truly sorry about yesterday.
One have barged in rudely out of desperation to see the physician.
Me? All of AINANs.
Yes, one of our unit leaders has been poisoned. He has black blood in his limbs.
It's urgent. Please, aid us. Who's poisoned? WL. TITIOHM, so urgent?
That's.
If you can't explain yourself, then I can't go either. Sigh. As you know, our Lord deeply treasures young Master Jeichianyek. If you can't explain yourself, then I can't go either. Sigh. As you know, our Lord deeply treasures young Master Jeichianyek.
Since the physician doesn't take house calls, our chief issued strict orders.
We may have overreacted. I understand. Thank you for not severely punishing the gatekeeper. And what does that have to do I'm an HTIM?
Because the poison ones are the gatekeeper and physician Soraheum.
SORAEHEM? That guy? Coincidence IOOPTF, both a fellow physician and a friend of the physician conveniently end up poisoned?
Since the gatekeeper was hurt, we brought him in for an examination by a physician Soraheum.
And this afternoon, both started vomiting black blood. They've been watching us since we entered Songju. Got it. If it's SORAHEM, I must go. Let's move. If it's come to this, maybe. Should bring SA Gonja along and investigate together? Physician, that won't be possible. Why not? That young master cannot enter the main hall. What?
That's absurd. He's from the Solar Palace IO01.
Master, I feel I must warn you.
I.e., nothing in this world falls into place that perfectly.
Please understand, our chief values young Master Jeichianyuk. True, but this is all for SA Gonja's sake. We cannot guarantee he'll make it back if he enters Silent Cloud's main hall. What? That's outrageous. Silent Cloud isn't some gangwad nonsense, is that?
The YADO, Qingmu, and Blood Fawn units might attack him on sight.
Physician, please.
As we speak, Physician Soraheum is dying.
But I can't leave this boy behind. It's fine. I'm not a child. What could possibly happen from leaving me alone, especially on Silent Cloud's land? Then so be it.
The lawkeeper is nearby 9. If anything happens, go to him.
He'll help you. Phew. It could be nothing. Maybe this really is just a coincidence. But
one IT feels like a rain of blood is coming.
Then I'd better prepare. HC-12 Shadows. What's the situation? Half of the Bloodwave squad and the Scouting Bird squad are on the move. All personnel in this area are being replaced. What kind of people are in the Scouting Bird squad, Somewhere between an intelligence group and assassins.
They focus more on information gathering and covert operations rather than assassination, and they're skilled in various miscellaneous techniques.
In your opinion, what are my chances of getting out of here alive? You're frank. Want to make a bet with me? I'll bet that I survive. You bet that I die. If I win, you'll answer my questions. It seems nothing changes even if you survive? Well, that's because my winning is a given. A. Poison mist. BH, not a deadly poison, but one that paralyzes.
Seems they want to kill me with their own hands.
Ek.
Thanks to the solar heart, poison is useless against me.
He's unaffected.
When humans first held weapons at the beginning of time, the first thing they did was
to cut.
arg. And the weapon created to reach the ultimate cutting is the sword.
Kill him. Attack. Adding weight to the sword to reach the ultimate heaviness.
Arg. And like this, to reach the ultimate speed. That's how the sword created countless ends for countless humans. Becoming heavier with each feeding of blood is the destiny of a weapon. And feeding blood to weapons is the fate of martial god Wayun.
Retreat. Everyone retreat.
Hey, just beg for your life.
Ho.
Say please spare me from a dog's death.
Please forgive me just this once.
You're worse than a dog.
No one taught me that.
Though my internal energy is weak, I can do this by executing each move in rhythm with the solar hearts beating.
You deceived me.
I had no choice, court physician.
What about So Re-hyun? He's probably where he always is. Since he's a valuable person to the Black Cloud Assembly. Who are you? Pleased to meet you for the first time.
I am John Young, leader of the Black Cloud Assembly's Scouting Bird Squad. John Young, leader of the Black Cloud Assembly's Scouting Bird Squad.
Scouting Bird Squad, Scouting Bird Squad. Does Assembly Lord Jangson know about this? I cannot say. He authorized this.
To deal with Wayun, who crushed his grandson, the second young master.
0.
I should have passed down the life and death strike earlier.
34. Even if he luckily defeated the second young master in a one-on-one match. An attack by a prepared group is a different story. What's the matter?
For the deputy squad leader took the assassination team and moved first. I told them to wait.
What about the Bloodwave squad? We don't know yet. Report immediately if anything happens. Loyalty. Things don't seem to be going well. Still, there won't be any problem dealing with the fourth Ewing Master. Aren't you afraid of future consequences?
I didn't expect the court physician to say such things. We know to some extent how the fourth young master's mother died. I will certainly go to hell later.
But it seems you're about to fall into hell right now. If the court physician wants my life, I must give it.
Your life, light as a feather, I wouldn't want it even if offered in a jar.
Then will that fourth young master take my head instead? He might. Surely not. Let's wait and see.
Your information is outdated. He's no longer the fourth young master but the special combat leader.
Yes, I'll remember that well.
21. The special combat leader whose life is nearly over. He's not physician but the gatekeeper is truly poisoned, so examine him as a pastime.
Scouting Bird Squad.
The fourth young master should be able to handle a squad of that level. I informed him that Northern Marshal Venerable is nearby. If he goes to Northern Marshal Venerable, this situation will be resolved. Then Northern Marshal Venerable and I can impose sanctions on the Black Cloud Assembly.
And I
should verify the fourth young master's hypothesis.
They created a patient that would force me to move.
I didn't think the Black Cloud Assembly would keep their heads bowed forever.
But I didn't expect them to be this aggressive. Did the Palace Lord not know this would happen? Or did he deliberately send fourth young master to the Black Cloud Assembly's Song province? 1.
Your young master used to make this pose often.
Do you know who destroyed someone who did this? Me.
Unlike his words, the second brother's skills were quite poor. The level of those who follow such a person is obviously
THHATAAT bewitching tongue. I didn't know provocation would be this easy. Due to my lack of internal energy, I can only use it like this.
What is that dark energy?
My ears feel like they're going to tear. Demonic arts. It's demonic arts. You've learned demonic arts.
In today's world, who cares about demonic arts or orthodox arts? Besides, the Solari Palace is a branch of the demon cult, you idiots.
Of course I'd use demonic arts. Damn it. I thought the second young master lost due to some kind of trickery. I thought we wouldn't need the power of the Blood Wave Squad. A chance to deal with a youngster without internal energy and take the position of squad leader. Retreat. Follow the original plan. Loyalty. Loyalty. Ha.
Is she so composed because he's seen all sorts of strange ennis?
Of anything except the Black Cloud Assembly? Come help move this. Noodles for sale.
But I still can't relax because of a familiar scent.
Mister. Would you like to buy a dumpling? Sure. I'll pay, and you can have half too. No, I'm full, so I'm fine. Full? Should I cut open your stomach with this knife to check?
What kind of crazy person in this state would come to sell dumplings? You've put quite a strong poison in it this time. I'll say it again, poisons don't work on the solar heart.
If you were raised by Yun Namchen, you'd understand this code. 700 steps south, Great Thunder Yellow Dragon Temple.
Good, you're useful, 12 shadows.
Northern Martial Venerable is there. If I meet Northern Martial Venerable alive, it's my victory. If I collapse to a mole that might pop up from anywhere before then, it's their victory. It's going to be a long night. Brother. See? You saw how even the allies stopped when they saw you. That martial art. If you don't use it.
You mean the Heavenly Blood Lord?
Then you should use it more. If even our children hesitate, how scary must the enemy children be? If one make one more move, my children will live.
But your name has a star I in front of it, like a blood demon or a hell maniac.
I don't want a bloodhound or a hellhound anymore. More. Brother. Ilayam, that's how we live. Do you remember when we rose up on the fringes of Zondalan? What are the 300 men of that time now? The lives of 30,000 people are on my shoulders and yours. Brother. And I can't spread them out anymore. And no matter how many times I wash my hands.
I'm sorry.
Don't cry, you're not covered in blood, unlike me, so you should laugh. You know how many people I've killed with my tongue and my head, so you should too. That's enough.
One will become even more vicious and cruel.
All the curses and blood will be mine.
To and a world that washes its hands in blood.
It's the fastest way. My heart can't bear to see you like that. Idolare, how come you don't care? Don't make my labor go to waste.
And time again, it's up to me to end wars and bring peace.
It's my job to keep the world at peace. One, yes, I trust you. Because all one can do is kill and destroy. A vampire. Enemies of their blood and life.
Makes them want more RNE or a terrible chain that eventually turns the caster into a murderous creature.
Luckily, it doesn't conflict with the solar power of the Sunseeker.
Like water and oil, they pass through each other without mixing.
Even the old lady is jumping on you. Are you next?
That's the leader of these rats.
Come down. Are you sure you're a fourth young master? Then what is a fourth young master? You're going to let them all die? You should do it yourself. Or should one go up there? You're an evil bastard. It's not me, it's you. How many people are you willing to sacrifice to get me?
One heard you asked the officials in Songzhou to turn a blind eye to what happened today. IJF, the Sword King of Dongbong Province, finds out about this, WW2, and since we've deceived him, we'll have To finish the job perfectly. There's no turning back. Look out. Dude. I'll kill you as best I can. You shameless. Gai Jin. Hit him. One. Of. Come, fire moths. Heavenly blood.
HH. Brain Thunderbolt Ka. What the hell? You're looking at me. 121 new. Pack the burnout in groups of 3 people. A weird spell that makes you many times stronger. And to top it off, he uses brainwashing and lightning. But he must be drained of strength by now. Mon ONV our victory. CHNH. I just happened to be going to over there. I have an appointment over there. What's your name? Ru. HWA Yun. I'm an uninvited guest of Songju, so one don't know where to step. It looks like you are too. I'll help you, since you and I both have the same place to land. There are in the world. Especially not a favor that comes in the middle of a bloody fight with your eyes open. I'd have to be out of my mind. But one didn't notice how she got there. At the beginning of a climax, is this a climax? I'm sure you can trust me. It's not about skill. I don't know if you're an enemy or an ally. We can still be allies. EAHM. Because the people who want to kill me want to kill you too. Who is that? Our sect has never tried to kill a woman like that. Yes, the person you're trying to meet, the one at the top of that tower? Yes, he made an appointment with me unilaterally, but I can't refuse. The north zone of the Solar Palace. With a name like that, how could I not go? And there's one more thing. You've made an appointment with BEIMU and 3HZ, then it's the Nalenko of the Light Dragon Tiger. It seems like we're on the same page. OLAVMAWNOW, I meet him too, but these people are interrupting me. You finally believe me. I'd say it's more of a deal than a trust. Aren't you afraid of blood? I'm afraid of blood, even for a martial artist. I'll take half of it. Oh, I like it. Is that why, Martial Lord? The title Martial Lord is too much. Just call me North ERN Martial Lord. The kid who calls the wind. The problem is that wind reeks of blood. Did you teach him yourself? Not yet. Why is that a relief? Because that kid who'll die by my hand today. You probably haven't gotten attached to HMM with Silent Cloud sect leader Yato Dereng Chong Muyen. Did you think I wouldn't stop you? One just crossed energy with him. But Guardian, one know well that you never make the first move unless the opponent is guilty. You've always been that way. You still haven't erased the wounds of the past generation. Too much of their blood was spilled to erase it. If you had stepped in, Yado Derang from the previous generation would still be alive. Wasn't that the original condition TUSSH Naya TN Palace? You give support, we receive help, and gain AUO and all. Silent Cloud sect wanted from US was a TL/N, Wagyeom Wei To reach Flower Realm a realm. Transcendent martial arts stage, and the Solar Palace wanted INFLUence over Silent Cloud sect's forces in the south of Dongbang province. It's been 20 years. We haven't received a thing. How did the sect master of Jigangsan, a mere peak-level expert, become a master of Flower Realm? Still, one endured it. I thought once Jetchen Hyuk became sect master he'd understand. But he got injured by a nobody. To the point where he might never return as a martial master. That's WHE1 stayed quiet. Because Silent Cloud sect, because of that young master. If not, one would have stormed out. This is why one like you, North ERN Martial Lord. You're clean and decisive. So I prepared a gift. When the baited ones are struck, that's when they will appear. A fine gift. It's all one could give to the young master. So he might live just a little longer. That's not what one meant when one said it was a good gift. Thanks to that gift, we might actually see the true sunrise. The sun. Of course, the sect master is the sun. But he's merely someone close to it. What does that mean? The sect master's attainment of the enlightened realm, are you saying it's not a rightful one like the 7 heavenly masters? Then, that useless young master. You're saying he will reach the true realm of the sun? Are you watching? Northern Martil Lord. Ion the true sun amidst the dogfight. Since when did you know? That young master was this extraordinary Hugh's defeat. Fate? Kuhk. Moen sees him. Gah! Why, you devil? Still spewing such pitiful words? Is that why your followers die like this? Don't insult our deaths. Dark Soul Blade. The resolve to kill someone is the same as the resolve to die yourself. You kill, the more the aura of the 1,000 Blood Lord grows. Any last words? I'm just the beginning. One was about to be disappointed. One thought Silent Cloud sect was only this much. Now I understand what the Demon Lord meant. Perhaps. But you. I'll take with me. That man. He's only targeting you. Shall I help? No. Trying to act like a man? If my opponent stakes his life on his sword, then one muttsne same. Isn't that something I must also follow? Seems he intends to end it in a single strike. Thene shall do the same. 400 Severing Strike. I'm still nowhere near my former level, but I'll show you. Blade. Perfect, it's perfect. You're picking up your twin blades again? It's not over yet. That guy said it himself, remember? It's just the beginning. The beginning. But is it okay to have used up all that power? It was worth it. If one could use it infinitely, I'd have discarded it. But since one can't, one used up all my remaining 1,000 Blood Lord energy to bring him an MO. I finally realized who this guy is. Isn't that right? Little Scarlet Dragon Ri Myunghun. 7. KMI. The so-called Little Dragon? Or maybe ILON. Well, no one will recognize me once I'm dressed as a woman. And if I don't speak, no one will tell from my voice either. Are those bastards blind or what? How did you know? Over there. Someone named Bukmajan told me. He said I'd meet the little dragon. Bukmajan? Are you too close? Sort of. This man must be from the Solar Palace. If he's close with Bukmajan, then he must be a disciple the Palace Lord took on privately, or maybe even one of his sons. I don't know why someone like that would fight the Mukwan Society, but is it okay to leave his corpse here like that? The Imperial Guards could show up any moment. At this level. 14 The Sword King might even step in. Saying why Bak? Yes. The master of Dongbong Fortress, Sword King sang WIBOK. Though, I doubt he'd step in for something this minor. Still, we should be wary of the Imperial Guards. They survived the Great War and have always remained loyal to the 6 Lords of Heaven. And in today's martial world, many masters are former guardsmen too. Even warriors who've surpassed the Thunder King hold deep respect for the 6 Lords. Everyone except this cheeky brat in front of me. 3,331 HH. The Mukwan Society probably bribed their way through. A bloodbath broke out in a busy district of a second-tier city, and no one's shown up yet? It's obvious. Otherwise, we would have already been hauled off as criminals. There's not a soul in sight. Let's move. Heavenly Flow Step. I used up all my internal energy on the 1,000 blood technique. In the past, I could have kept it up all day. But I can't keep living in the past. Martial arts don't let you rush ahead just because you're desperate. I have to start with what's within reach. Anyway, I came here to deal with the blood-shrouded fiend. And Li Weiyan ventured into enemy territory just to catch him. 49. Should I investigate more about him? Why are you after the blood shrodd fiend? I was told to catch him. By who?
The Lord of the Guanglong Red Tigers.
He's not even trying to hide it. What, did I get blood on my face or something? No. Then why would the Lord want him captured?
He said the Lord of the Cross Star asked for it.
Cross Star? You mean that cross star from the Jianrian Alliance?
Yes, that one. According to Maui, the current structure of the martial world
is divided between the cross star and the Jianrian Alliance.
The cross star is centered around the Myongyan clan, the Guanglong Red Tigers, and the Eastern Shield Sword clan. And the Jianrian Alliance is led by clan leader Chiol Gunake of the Heavenly Thunder Alliance, the Hyonsen sect of Dongbon Fortress. Didn't they say it was a sect hub where the 5 evil sword factions and the 6 schools gathered? Aren't they ashamed to call themselves righteous sects when they're obediently swallowing everything the sun god cult feeds them? Aren't you curious why the Lord of the Cross Star asked for it? It didn't seem like something you'd know. You're quite kind. And you're even kinder, speaking politely to a 15-year-old who talks down to you.
As I said earlier, there's one undeniable truth in today's martial world. The Imperial Court is stronger than any martial sect.
Even if the number of martial artists multiplied 100-fold, they still can't match the Imperial family, or even one of the 6 Imperial dynasties.
We're outmatched in power, and even in justification. 3 rank 9 class system, we're basically wearing a leash. Exactly. And since pure martial artists didn't join the Great War, the court sees them as useless. The weight of blood. It was clearly laid out during the founding of the empire.
Power is distributed according to the blood shed in the Central and Western Wars.
When the people bled and died, the martial world stood aloof. I wanted to wipe them all out. But reality didn't allow it.
And yet, the court let the martial world survive. Only because this vast land needed semi-autonomous regions under the rebuild Zheng Yuan plan.
Apple MFL, that's right. Why's he talking in circles about things we all know?
Same goes for the Cross Star and Jianrian Alliance, flaunting their righteousness.
Now, in a situation like this, who could give orders to the Lord of the Cross Star? 4. The Emperor. Or perhaps a member of the royal family. Either way, the current Lord, Jahui is a slyman who'll do anything to boost Hi's faction's power. So he sent me because to asai noisio saiho risky to use his own people. He doesn't want to waste his own pawns? I see. My clan knows that too, so they sent me. They always ignore me until it's convenient.
Seems he holds a grudge against his own family, the Guanglong Red Tigers.
Maybe that's why he's being so forthcoming. Was any of that info useful to you?
A little.
A shame. I thought it would be more helpful. The Emperor? Or the royal family gave the order, huh?
I didn't expect Jahui to be connected to the E sect already.
Mohana my 3 the righteous sects still existed. Now I see. They've been kept in check by splitting them into Cross Star and Jianrian Alliance. That's sneaky Wayurim. He's still as clever as ever. But still. With all that knowledge, why hasn't anyone mentioned the martial god? Me, from before? Can I be the one to catch him? 3 He Bloodshroud Ion 3 IJD3 yes, because I need to. Go ahead. I'm not here to capture him anyway. Then why are you here?
03 Asan SW, ITO retrieve the spear he's carrying.
You catch him. I'll take the spear. The spear, huh? Now that's interesting.
Then I'll think about it when the time comes.
Come to think of it, the fiend is said to wield a crimson spear. Could it be Hong Wang? But it's not like it was shattered like the Amchen Ilgwang. And yet the fiend got his hands on it? Looks like I'll need to face this mysterious master myself if I want answers. Young lord, you've got quite the skills. A beauty like that is not something you see every day in Songju. Who are you? Follow.